Hello guys and welcome to our channel. This is WvW. In today's video I want to talk about how do I fight Elementalist, and this video will be specifically about Dagger Catalyst, which is seen to me like the most popular build among Elementalists at this point since the last batch. I might be wrong, but this was almost the only like real rumor build I have faced. And I had this problem with Elementalist to make a video on how to fight them in general, which they have so many different styles that really make you need to think differently while the fight is going. Like Hammer Catalyst was their insane capability for AoE, while lack a bit of mobility depending on the build obviously, while some crazy mobility on Dagger and some serious control, comparing to something like the Tempest with better cleanses, insane access to auras. Take also something like Fresh Air Weaver if we're talking like power builds and how glassy it is and spiky from range. So it's not like something like Warrior went always about like CC and damage and melee in general, or something like Thief, when you know how they always play, it's all about stealth and stuff. Like you can't really generalize the videos as much. And since I don't have footage fighting any serious Elementalists except for this build, like I said, the video will be about it, and whenever like the meta change, think about it this way, and I have different footage for other builds and they become more dangerous, I will be talking about them hopefully too. But right now we will be talking about the Dagger Catalyst specifically. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And you have like key things that you need to think about while fighting a class like this: how that you can kill it or how you can win, how can you survive it, and how is it even possible to create a situation when you can win. Like what is the source of your winning, in a way the same way as the source of your survivability. So the main key in fighting something like that, and generally many Elementalist build, especially Catalyst, is you need to pay attention to not waste your important cooldown when they don't really land. So you need to always watch for the boon stability and also for other survivability sources that will nullify your CC, since it is the most important thing a druid have is his control, like reflects from auras, the invulnerability, the blocks, stuff like that. And mainly the stability boon. You have to watch for the stability boon, wait for it to be removed, and start CC chaining. We already explained in other videos like my combat guide for druid and also the build video, I explained the CC chain combo, or how to land a full stun lock in a way when you're using your daze and immobilize, and you need to land this after the stability is removed, which will make you chaining multiple controls to the point your enemy become interrupted time after time and can't land their cleanse, can't land their heal. Like you really limit what ability can they use to break out of this cycle. So without further ado, we will get right into it. I was fighting this Catalyst, and as you can see the fight is going for a very long time at this point, and the first duel got stopped, but we engaged in another duel again. He will first change his build a bit. We'll add the mist skill, which is very defensive, but it make him lose a lot of time doing anything. Simply stand there and survive, while also don't have to do anything waiting for it to over. So it will weaken him a bit, and then he will in the second duel get back to the same strong build he used, and we will see both builds in action. So the key idea in how do I actually work around this is, like we said, you're gonna wait for the stability, other survivability tools for him, so you can land your skills and not simply get reflected for your days and land it yourself and immobilize and just waste them, and now your enemy doesn't really affect by what you are doing. Now, second part to that is about how you land this. So the CC that coming from your bits is the key point into really holding your enemy down. It's like it's a general thing for druid. Why? Because something like the play from Celestial Avatar, the skill 5 natural conversion, take a long cast while you're standing there right in the middle where your enemy can simply walk away. So you need to make sure they get stuck eating it. And to do that, you want them to be immobilized and also under control. It's like a mimic stun. So any CC will work, and also the immobilize will be really great to have, but remember that the immobilize doesn't prevent them from casting skills, so they can trade bunches with you, they can cleanse, they can heal, they can do many things. So the bit CC becomes a crucial point. This is how you win. When you land and time well, your bit is controlled while you're landing so many condition and cover condition on your enemy, so they can't even cleanse. Even if they have the tools, they don't have enough to deal with it as fast as they should. Now that is the first point. The second thing, this is a melee build. So part of your survivability and your ability to win is to think about it as a melee build. So for druid in general, manage distance is your greatest advantage. So you are part melee. Since they removed Ancient Seed and gave us the Eclipse Blood Moon style, druid became too much melee whether you like it or not. If you want to do some serious damage and actually finish a fight, you have to be in melee, using 60 avatar skills. Couple skills from distance will not do much. Your short bow attacks from distance will not do much. And if you play my build, which I generally also run the Signet and Entangle, you can heal under your enemies for more pressure, you need to be in melee. But you need to create a situation when you can be in melee. So if your enemy lost their stability, if they lost their defensive abilities, and you started bursting them, you can be in melee and so do some serious pressure. And you can secure yourself with Turtle, you can secure yourself with the healing trap under you, cleansing you repeatedly and healing you even while you under control if your enemy got the better handover. And this is a great thing to pay attention to. So let's look into that second duel and pay attention to how this will actually happen. So I have to apply some pressure to bowl some of his cooldown action, trying to land the normal CC chain skills and force him to block and cleanse and do some everything that he need to do to survive. But as you can see also, I micromanage my bits, so I keep calling my bit toward me and then send them again. I also will always heal them by my trap. I will heal them by my 60 avatar, keep them near me to survive and away from me when I need to. So we don't just stay there and get cleaved. I keep my bit on my enemy. I call to me if my enemy try to pressure him. I switch bits on the right time. And even if the enemy successfully kill my bit, I can stall the fight a bit, try to do everything I can, while I still gain the cooldown of my bit again to start landing the pressure. And I can make it very difficult to kill my turtle since it's very tanky, and I can control her position quite well since she doesn't simply keep following an enemy that will create AoE around them and cleave her by accident. And since she's tanky with some decent health, I can stall the fight on her until the switch bit come again and switch to Iboga. And if my enemy kill it again, I can really annoy them with the same cycle on Turtle, so I will not be stuck on both bits for 1 minute cooldown. I pick also the time well when I trade bunches. So I always, as you can see, have the trap and then Celestia avatar. I don't switch to staff unless I really need it, and when I do, I can create distance and start resetting while another cooldown of skill come. So now I ball him, I use my Celestia avatar, I use my turtle to cover me with protection, and protection also heal me. Remember, I'm a ranger. So the trap is almost coming off cooldown. I still manage the distance well. I'm not too far, I'm not too close. I can go in and out whenever I want. And now I immobilize him next to me. I ball off with my healing skill, even under control, it doesn't matter. I don't need to stun break. I keep getting healed and condition cleansed by my trap, and then try to lock him again, gaining even stability from 60 avatar. And cleansing while in 60 avatar, I got stuck a bit. Now I need to switch to staff because I took too much damage, which I didn't need to. Changing direction when your enemy really onto you will take more time from them since it's a reactionary thing when they have to move their mouse, switching their camera completely. Some people are really good at it, some people are not, but in general it's a bit slower than simply walking like in a straight line or being easy with a slight move. So I changed the direction completely, as you saw when he caught to me while I'm staff. And I try to lock him with immobilize. He cleansed it immediately, bring my bit to me in order to land the CC, cleansing, disengaging a little bit with some distance, keeping my distance. I'm keeping up with him, and we just keep repeating the cycle. I'm trying to find a window. I'm keeping my eyes on the stability and the other skills. I keep my important skills on the go when I need to, keeping the same distance between me and him most of the time. And remember, not only Iboga can land some serious CC, also my turtle can. if you keep her next to your enemy, she will not only land the Daze projectile, she will land the body slam, launching them in the air. It's less reliable since it takes some time and you have a bit of a long cast, so the enemy need to really be next to her, or you brought it next to the enemy, but it is a huge part of your CC. So Iboga is more reliable and better choice also to land some cover condition, but both bits can be used for this. And like the first fight, when I actually landed the CC through Iboga, this fight the CC will land through the turtle. What also made this fight even more long like this is not only that the enemy is good and he know how to play his class, it's I focused too much on landing this combo with Iboga again. Like I didn't trust my turtle enough to land it, so I wasn't actively trying to make a situation where the turtle landed. Like I always micromanagement correctly, keeping it next to the enemy, but I didn't actively try to do the combo while she's on it until this happened and she successfully landed and it was over. She interrupted the enemy. And the fight was over. After that I went to the camp trying to take it because my participation have fallen significantly. Now this second fight against some seriously crazy kinda build from this Catalyst, and this guy is probably one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous Dagger Catalyst I have fought. He's using this build probably very long ago. I've played with him and I played against him other times. And I have seen him beat multiple content creators and win most of his fights, so he's really strong. Now his build is crazy because it counts on some significant CC spike and insane damage, so he can kill you in a couple of seconds basically. And I kinda was needed to be careful. I didn't really pay attention who is he or what he's doing, but the way he kited me, it's like he trying to create a trap. It's the same thing I do sometimes when I can lock someone down, which make me want to be very careful around what he was going to do. He's not the Ellie who go hard head on you because he have multiple defenses. As you can see, the spike of his damage is insane. Now there is another problem for this. It's not only that the build is good or the player is good, this build insanely countered me. Like it shot me down. Why? Because both my stun breaks, as you can see, are hits. They do hits around me, and he can trigger immediately a shocking aura, so my own stun break will CC me. And even the second stun break will do the same, and since he can kill me with almost couple of hits, one CC means the end of the fight. It's like I play with no stun break to begin with. And this is obviously some serious problem. For other classes, like if you fight a warrior with this or hollow or whatever, people who have something like have stability on their build, stuff like that, this is not really a big deal. They can deal with this, so this build is quite niche. However, it counter me hard. I don't have stability except like 2 ticks that I can get from my Celestia Avatar skill 5, and if I want to finish the cast of the skill, the stability will be gone and he can burst me down. So I can't even do that. I can't finish the burst unless I'm really keeping him under control. And other than that, I don't have stun breaks. Both my stun breaks will be completely nullified. I even have to be in melee most of the time, long cast something like the Signet in order to land this blow. Now here he caught me while, as you can see, my character had some ping. I was trying to intercest the avatars and cast the stun break so it doesn't become a hit, Cliff of Equality, but it didn't work. The ping actually delayed the cast of the skill and I was dead instantly. And you're gonna see some insane ping spike the second fight we will fight him. But like I said, this guy is very strong. So now I'm gonna be extra careful, hopefully not even allow myself to be caught on like a single frame. Like I don't want to be near him until he's actually already bursted. Like I want to have some insane damage on him before I even do anything. I'm gonna be close only while I can be close, so almost never. I'll try to kill this guy from this, and I want to fight him with this same crippled build. I'm not trying to counter him and change my build. It's as easy as putting someone like Protect Me as a skill, so it's not a hit. The stun break, putting someone saying like Sharpened Stone, or even the Glyph of the Stars, having any source of stability. Like there is multiple ways to work around this build a bit, but I don't want to do that. I want to use my normal build even against a counter like this and still be able to fight. So I immediately stun break get just the amount of stability I needed and go away before the stability is gone. Still creating distance, dodge immediately, go to staff, create more distance. I'm not gonna be near him almost at all. I try not to be, even for, he can kill me in 2 seconds, as you can see. So now I can get stability, ball him again, but he used his block. So now I'm staying far, trying to remove the block. He moved toward me again, so I disengage. And always pay attention to those 2 skills. This red circle will knock you off, and this lightning coming from the sky will also stun you. I don't know much about Elementalist. It's generally how to fight them, and I always pay attention to this. Avoid those 2 skills at least. If you can see again, I successfully caught him with my elite, and then immediately stunned when he cleansed it, and I was able to CC him one after time, not allowing him any time to recover. So there is already enough condition on him, and this build is quite glassy, so there was not much he can do. The moment I saw that my burst is landing, like there's no way out, I immediately went for it. Now I wanted to change for more effective method, since many druid would like to do it, which is the superior version for 1v1, when you can actually use sharpened stone. This is the first time in history of my condition druid build since the Blood Moon, which actually I don't play the most superior 1v1 version, because that requires sharpened stone, and I don't actually use it. It's actually since the change of removing stability on bit swipe. I had to change it for more survivability, since I'm mostly play on outnumber this time. So sharpened stone allow you even a higher burst and from range, so I don't need to be this close to him, which is the main problem, as you can see with this build. Immediately change direction, the trick I told you that allow you even to do it better. Stun break, triggers the stability, and move on before it finished, but he kinda disengaged, so I didn't have to cancel it. I bought some more time simply by playing this way. And now started having even some serious ping again, even worse than the first fight I lost. Like the game stopping, I keep trying to give commands and it doesn't work, it just went horrible. And I'm actually gonna look for how much ping I have right now, and it was above 800 or something like that. So you always know me, I have some really bad internet anyway. So I keep trying to change direction, using even the trap I left behind, stuff like that. So again, immediately intercept the avatar next to him, landing some condition, keeping the distance. He disengaged, very good, I don't have to follow him. And I'm using the fact that he's like keeping distance from me to check the ping. As you can see, it's almost 900 ping. He caught me again, and again I can't use my skills. There is insane delay. I use the skills and it was kind of wrong timing. But I'm successfully stayed alive for this short period. Hopefully it can go back normal again. This ping spike that really hurt me. Most of the fight I lose actually, like I lose fights because of it more than I like. Let's just say that. So I successfully caught him again, and the block will not help against this skill, but he was able to cleanse it, my elite, and tangle. And again, game completely frozen, so I moved to the other direction. He tried to attack my bit, but my bit is very tanky, those little spikes will not work enough, but I switch it at the last moment. Call my bit to me, so I don't need to interrupt him. Try to land the CC, it didn't land, but mine landed after the dodge, and I landed a huge burst on him again. And like we said, this version is glassy, unlike the first Elementalist we fought. This one is very glassy. So we engaged in another duel, going immediately sharpened stone, landing some pressure in order for him to have to cleanse it. Immediately triggers the stability and disengage. And he successfully killed my bit this time. I wanted to heal in order for that to get my bit some healing, but I was too late. And he has some significant conditions, so I'm not sure if he changed something or it was like this from the start. Honestly, I'm not sure. I almost made a mistake now that would cost me the fight, but I successfully was able to disengage. I use my short bow, and I'm waiting on my staff, try to immobilize him behind me, successfully creating more distance. So now we are fine. Switching the bit again, I can get the survivability from it, disengaging with staff, creating even more distance. So we both play this game, this idea of kiting until someone of us make a mistake. As you see, he now tried to pull me to an area when projectile loses advantage because of this edge obstruction. But I can find around it quite well. This is not seriously against me, since he still kinda have to climb up to do anything about it. So I'm trying to be very careful, but he secured himself well, and now he immediately climb off, ICC, and go for stability and disengage. My stability would last like 2 seconds or something from the Celestia Avatar, so I need to disengage the cast of Celestia Avatar 5 before the stability end. Trying to pull him with Iboga there, but he triggers stability, so I double CC with Celestia Avatar entering and Celestia Avatar skill 5 and land some huge burst combo on him. And like we said again, the build is Glassy, there was not much you can do. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed what you watched there, and I hope you find it helpful. So to summarize the general idea, pay attention to not lose your skills when you don't need to catch them, so always watch for stability, and for any other things that triggered like magnetic aura or blocks or focus skill 5 or 4, stuff that will actually counter your hits, and mainly stability because they have a lot of it and you can be hitting for no value whatsoever and they will pressure you more because you can't stop them. CCing your enemy is part of how you counter their pressure on you. And keep yourself alive, manage distance well, try to keep your bits alive. Micromanagement to your bit is a huge part of how you can win any fight. Keep multiple tools for survivability, try to pay attention on how much pressure your enemy can apply to you, and good luck out there. Ask any other thing you want in the comments and I will be answering them. That's it for the video and I will be seeing you next time.